think we're live, if I'm not mistaken. Did that just go out? Yes, it did. Alright, I guess I don't really need this. Let me pull this up really quickly, though. Bring this over here. How's it going, everybody? Husky Storms Media here, sorry. Back here again with another live stream. Sorry, I'm just making sure all of my... Well, that all of my everything is working, I guess is the best way to put it. Dang, when did we get 160 subscribers? That's actually kind of crazy. Okay. Cool. I think we're good. So, yeah, we have a pretty decent tornado risk in southern New Jersey tonight. Actually, I think most of New Jersey is in at least 2% tornado risk. And I know where I'm at is a little bit higher. They just issued this mesoscale discussion, so I'm curious what this is. Let's see, Central Maryland, Pennsylvania, Southern and Central New Jersey, concerning the tornado watch. Severe weather threat continues. Risk for damaging wind and a couple tornadoes will persist near the warm front as the surface low tracks northeastward. Okay, so we still have low-level rotation. And here we go, they just reissued the Tornado Watch. Or... let me make sure I'm not misquoting that. I believe they just updated it at the very least. Couple tornadoes possible, scattered damaging wind, 65 mile an hour, isolated large hail, up to 1.5 inches in diameter possible. Scattered thunderstorms. Okay, pretty standard tornado watch. So we do have a bunch of storms firing on this line over all these bays right here. I forget the name of that bay area. And we did have, in fact, we still have one tornado warning here over Lexington Park. And this is radar indicated rotation for East Central St. Mary's County in Maryland and Southeastern Calvert County in Maryland. And I'd imagine most of these severe warnings probably have tornado possible tags to them. or at least a few of them, if I had to guess. Okay, sorry, I don't know why it was on a different screen. It keeps changing on me. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna... Hold up. Give me 1 second, y'all. This might look a little weird for a second. Just bear with me, because this is annoying the hell out of me. Okay, cool. Maybe now it'll stop annoying the hell out of me. I swear, it was like every 5 seconds. Okay, gotta figure out where... I'm gonna lose my mind, chat. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, wait here. Let me change something. Everything's doing decent right now, Pan. You know, obviously, tornado threat, so a little bit on edge, but nothing we haven't dealt with before. Let me put this back up here where it should be. Oh, actually, yeah, here we go. We have a new tornado warning popping up right now. Still decent distance away. This is going to be over White Oak. I think this is Maryland still. Tornado warning for... Yeah, this is in Maryland. There's still radar indicated rotation. Nothing's yet been confirmed to my knowledge. I don't think there's been any confirmed tornadoes. Obviously, things will have to get surveyed. But there was a fuck ton of warnings here earlier. Like, this whole area has just been riddled with tornado warnings. We probably have another 40 minutes until things start really popping off. I'm hoping we get some good lightning. I have the camera hopefully pointed in a good enough position. I could move it a little bit, and I probably will once it gets closer to us. Because here, let me look at something really quickly. Yeah, so the camera is pointing a different direction than I would prefer, but it'll work for now. I want to look at some echo tops here. See what we're looking at with these storms. Okay, yeah, we're good. There definitely is some high cloud tops, but they're not like anything ridiculous. I do wonder if these storms are losing momentum or not. It's really hard to tell. Just because I can't pull up the applications I'm used to using right now because I lost my subscriptions to them for not having money. Everything that I'm used to using is just not available to me. And I have maybe an hour at most in this WeatherWise application. I'm used to using Radar Omega. What's up, Lilith? How's it going? But, yeah, definitely a tornado risk tonight. Tornadoes are very possible. What's up, Oreo? We are doing okay for now. Hopefully we'll stay that way. We do have a decently strong thunderstorm over Millville right now, pushing north towards Vineland, Winslow Township. I'm going to look at a few scans here. It looks like there could be rotation on the south western side of that cell. I'm going to look at it on velocity to verify this. But, yeah, it looks like there could have been rotation. Potentially. Let me go ahead. Let me pause that. I'm going to change it to KDIX for a second, just so I can get a little bit better scans of the storm. It's a very slow moving cell. Very rapidly developing, but very slow moving. And again, that is moving north. So the storms I'm most concerned about coming towards me right now are these ones down in California, Maryland, which I know that's a interesting naming there. That never gets confusing, I'm sure. But yeah, down near Highway 2 and Lexington Park, I believe this storm... And there we go, they just reissued the tornado warning for that storm as we were talking about it. Tornado warning remains in effect until 9 p.m. for St. Mary and Severn Calvert County. It's still only radar indicated. Let's see, what's the max winds associated with this? Or how fast is it moving? It's moving only at 10 miles an hour. Yeah, these storms are moving very slow. I'm curious if that's trending with all of these warnings. Like, how fast are these storms moving? Yeah, 25 knots. It's really not moving that quickly. Which can be very good or very bad. It could be... It could cause the storms to die out. You know, they could lose all of their energy. And the Cape values could drop as it's starting to get darker. Or it could come into a lot of warm air masses and just completely, I can't think of the word right now. Why am I stuttering? Give the storm more energy. That's what I'm basically trying to say. So it could really go either way right now. Because I don't have access to my Cape values like I usually look at, it's very hard for me to know for sure at the moment. Once I get my Twitch payout, I'll be able to get Radar Omega again, and then we'll get back to a program I actually know. Yeah, I am a Storm Chaser, kind of. Storm Chaser light is, I feel like, the best way to describe it. I don't really chase because I don't have proper transportation to chase anymore, really, ever. But I do meteorology amateurly, and I've been filming storms for 7-8 years now. So I am trained via Skywarn and Spotter Network, so I do kind of know what I'm doing, even if it doesn't sound like that. I know I jump over my own words a lot, but I do know a little bit. This has to be one of the largest mesoscale discussions for rainfall I've seen in a long time. Yeah. For the Central Appalachians and the Mid-Atlantic, that's a big region to cover in a mesoscale discussion. Curious if this storm down near Vineland, wow, it's really getting big now. A few minutes ago, it was basically just like here. Yeah, it started to really grow. Obviously, it's moving this way, but yeah, it's starting to really grow outwards. I'd expect probably by the time it gets over Mizpah, Hamilton Township, it's probably going to be like that big if I had to guess. That is purely a guess, though. Yeah, just to give a little bit of perspective, I'm not going to zoom too far in, but this is basically where we are right now. So we are in a tornado watch and 2 mesoscale discussions. The peak tornado intensity is what I am interested in. It's only like EF1, EF2 range, but it's still, significant. I mean, any tornado that is damaging in this area, it would be nuts. And we do have the right conditions. I mean, basically, all of this. Basically, all of this is very flat. And really, all of this is flat too. All down here. But in this area where I just shaded, it's all just farmland. And I mean, there's some towns and houses, but it's mostly just flat farm fields. So there's not much blocking the wind. And yeah, as you come up near like Glassboro and Newfield, Swedesboro, there's a lot more buildings and things like that. And down over here, you do have the Pinelands, but for the most part, this is all just flat area. It's very easy for storms to move through without much obstruction. I believe I just saw something flashing over here. I could be wrong. Oh, yep, new tornado warning. Is this one new? 8:56. What time is it? Yep, this one's a new tornado warning. This is still radar indicated rotation, so it's not a confirmed tornado. This is for central Queen Anne's County and Kent County in Maryland. Then we have this one over Laurel in Maryland. Again, radar indicated rotation. Sorry, I was zooming out for a second to see something. Sorry there's no like background music or any background noise really. That's not really what these streams are for. It's for getting information out. Eventually, once we start getting lightning and things like that, I'll change these scenes to this. And as you can see, we have a camera sitting out there. And hopefully we'll get some cool lightning shots and whatnot. It's unfortunate these storms didn't arrive a little sooner because it's going to be really hard to film. In fact, I might go run outside quickly, y'all, to adjust this camera. So bear with me for a second. I will be right back. And you'll be able to hear me once I go out there. Hopefully. So I'm going to try to see if I can't go out there and adjust the brightness. I'll be back though. What's up, y'all? I cannot see chat right now. I know y'all can definitely hear me though, because I tested this stuff earlier. Let me see what I can do in regards of brightening things. Uh-oh. Okay, don't do that apparently. What is it picking up a light over there for? There is no light over there. Also, why is... There we go. Sorry, I accidentally managed somehow to flip the camera, apparently. I wonder if turning on the flashlight will do anything for us. Not really, besides attract bugs. Yeah, I don't know, chat. I might have to just hope we get some lightning at some point. There you go. If I do that, you can kind of see. It's a little bit better. I'm gonna leave like this for now and just hope that these storms show up and bring us some lightning. I'm also gonna see if I can't potentially... God, I wish I could turn the camera a little bit, because we'd be able to see these storms potentially by now. I'm gonna see how far I can move the tripod without disconnecting the stream. Because it has to be connected to the house Wi-Fi in order to work, unfortunately. Alright, I'm hoping... And there's lightning. Okay, so there is lightning now, chat, so hopefully the sky gets lit up a little bit better now. And then maybe we'll see something cool. I just want to make sure that the house isn't in frame. Okay, no, it wasn't. Alright, I'm gonna go back inside now. Go back to the in-store camera so I can actually read chat. Hopefully this is a little bit better. I mean, it's just gonna keep being dark out, but we'll be getting some lightning here shortly. It'll light things up. Did y'all say y'all were hearing double? I know exactly why that's happening, and I can fix that actually very easily. I apologize for that. Should have muted this. There we go. Now there should be no more hearing double when I go back outside. Apologize about that, y'all. Oh, I just got a new alert. So they just issued a wind advisory for my location. I'm going to switch it back to this for now since we're not really seeing much on that camera. Well, okay, the reason you were hearing double outside is because I had, obviously it's a different microphone inside and outside. I had the microphone audio inside set to where I could hear it through my, through OBS, so that way I could test that audio was working on like the last stream where it wasn't. So because of that, since I was talking outside and Wavelink, my audio mixer picks up OBS audio, it was playing it twice. I don't know if that makes much sense, but yeah, it should be fixed now. I muted that audio source, so OBS can't play audio over the stream now. Ow. Tired dog noises. Is that gonna push into Elmer? Maybe. It looks like the track wants to go a little more westerly. Still only radar indicated tornado warnings. Hopefully tonight's not a bust. That would be annoying. What's up, Lilith? Welcome back. So it isn't going to be anywhere near as exciting as a Twitch stream, but... Oh, new tornado warning in Maryland. Down in Laurel again, man. And Skaggsville. What a name. Who decided to name it Skaggsville? Sorry about that, y'all. We had company over and I was saying goodbye to them. What did I miss? Oh, geez. Basically nothing. It is starting to rain out there now. I know that much for a fact. And they appear to be reissuing or updating the tornado watches. So they're confident these storms are going to keep their track. Yeah, where everyone's safe. We were just, saying goodbyes and shit. Let's take a look at our camera real quick. Let me guess, it's probably black. I was right. It's, very dark out there, chat. If you couldn't tell, there is some lightning in the distance, but nothing too, crazy. Actually, wait, there we go. There was a truck going by a second ago. Oh, we missed it. I'm surprised there's not more severe thunderstorm warnings, honestly. Like, they're issuing... The new Castle Station is issuing all of these special marine warnings, special weather statements, and tornado warnings, but there's hardly any severe warnings. It's very interesting. I love how you can literally see how the storms are, like, just following the water line of New Jersey. It's kind of funny. I mean, yeah, you have the cell right here. But I do find, and I know how that works, I understand there's reasons for it, but I just find it funny how, you know, if you draw a line along the Delaware River here, there's just a clear slot pushing in, and I bet if we... Yeah, like, you can literally see the storm start to get broken up as soon as they hit right here. Which I am kind of worried about. This is what happens all the time. But seeing this cell right here is giving me a little bit of hope that, hey, there might actually be a chance for low-level rotation here, and maybe there's enough cape values that'll allow any bits of storms to recycle once they cross the river. That is the hope, at least. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So yeah, we have probably, like... I'm actually gonna figure out a time estimate real quick. There's a tool on Radar Omega I used to like to use, where it can like project how long it's gonna take for a storm to get to a region. And listen, Pan, you know I'm going to keep them safe too. If anything was to pop up, and I was very certain it was going to be tornadic or dangerous, we have a basement. They'd be down there very quickly. And I don't even care if nothing end up happening. It's better to be safe than sorry. So let me figure out about how far away some of these cells are. So probably about an hour away. Unless they pick up in intensity. I'm still surprised this Chestertown storm isn't severe warned. Like, it looks like it definitely justifies a severe warning. Yeah, like, look at that. Yeah, I don't know why that's not severe warned. I think the National Weather Service might be dropping the ball on that a little bit. It might just be because of the winds. Maybe the winds aren't strong enough. At the very least, then put a special weather statement out for it. Because I believe in order for it to be I think severe thunderstorm warnings are for any size hail, but 60 miles per hour winds. Anything below that you can put out a special weather statement for. Which is why these are down here, because these are for 50 mile an hour winds. 50 mile an hour. So it definitely surprises me that they're not at least putting a special weather statement out on that. If it is intensifying, which it appears to be, because it looks like there's a lightning uptick, it would not surprise me if that went severe warned. Because that is where that tornado warning was, too. And there we go. New tornado warning. I was literally just talking about it. And it makes sense. When you look at that point right there, over the Chester River, you can see that velocity couplet wanting to start to form there. There's no CC drop or anything, and that's really good. Yeah, you can see it on the spectrum width there. So we have velocity again. Oh, the velocity scan just got absolutely messed up. There we go. Yeah. And again, looking at it on... Yeah, look at that hook echo that's starting to form there. Wow. Okay, let's read this tornado warning. So this is still in northeastern Maryland. We're starting to push into the Delaware region, though. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located near Overton or near Centerville, moving east at 30. Okay, so the storms are picking up in speed as well. Hazardous tornado, source radar indicated. And, you know, that would be a cell or a cluster of cells that could make its way over towards me. So, just to give it a little bit of perspective here. This is the storm. This is me over here. And then let's say I have to make these yellow for a second. So this is kind of the whole cluster that I'm kind of speaking of, the cluster of storms. In fact, even a little bit down here. And down near Salisbury as well, there's a little bit of storms down there. Now these more southern storms, they appear to be pushing more northeast, when a lot of these storms in this region are kind of pushing just straight north. So what I'm worried about the most is actually the ones down here near Hambridge. Or sorry, Cambridge, not Hambridge. It's kind of hard to tell because we're so far away from that radar station. Well, not so far away, but we're far enough away. Yeah, these storms look like they could be picking up in intensity, though. This is definitely a storm I'm going to want to keep an eye on. Like, this could genuinely drop a tornado. When was this scan from? 35, so this scan is 2 minutes old now. I want to watch this come in one more time. Oh yeah, there is definite rotation. Wow. Watch right here, when this comes in. Watch where my cursor is. You see that there? This section right here, watch how it starts rotating to the right. Might be a little easier to see on velocity. Yeah, you can start to see it have more of a eastern turn. Again, these storms still have an entire other state they have to cross through before they get to us. I am curious about these cells over near Hamilton, though. They're not looking extremely promising, but they're definitely still there. And here we go. This is the cell that's now over me. Nothing on velocity. Nothing too crazy there. But this does just show the primed environment we were in. Watch, it just comes out of basically nowhere. Doom, 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 doom. So that system's definitely starting to push into the area as we have these little cells popping up ahead of the line. Curious what satellite looks like. Oh wow, we have a beautiful clear slot coming behind this. So we have high pressure. Okay, so yeah, so we have a high pressure system pushing north, it appears. Quickly fix something. Just a dumb question. Are you guys able to hear the wind noise? You should be able to, but I'm just curious if you can or not. So this is the tornado outlook. Just for anyone who's curious. Let's see, I'm curious. What's the hail outlook? So we do have some hail risk. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too loud, y'all. Please let me know if it is. And I'll turn it down. I just turned down a little bit. Wow, look at the excessive rainfall outlook. So that's why they have the flash flood advisory. That explains a lot, actually. Let's go ahead and look at this tornado warning again. We'll pop back down to KDOX. Yeah. Look at it. You can see it's starting to curve back down here. It's really sloppy, though. Like, it doesn't... It's not all that confidence-inspiring. Very, very sloppy storm. Expires in 16 minutes, so we still have some time on that. Oh, there we go. Just reissued the tornado warning. Tornado warning remains in effect until 10 p.m. Queen Anne's and Central Kent counties. Still radar indicated rotation. Pan, where are you at? Like, you don't have to give me your address, obviously, but, like, I don't... Pan, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what state you're from, to be fully honest. You could be in Jersey, you could... I don't know where you're... I don't know where you're at. Yeah, I know you're in Canada, Lilith. I knew that. Okay, you're in Wisconsin. So, probably different set of storms, but... Well, same system, but different set of storms. streaming for just over an hour now. What's up, Kaylee? What's up, Jeff? If anyone in chat's curious why there's suddenly more people, I just remembered to ping my storm chasing server because the bot didn't do it, so I gotta do it. What's up, Tico Man? Or Tico Nan, sorry. Honestly, Jeff, I'm only using Weatherwise until I can afford to repay for Radar Omega. I still much prefer Radar Omega, as I'm sure you know. Or basically until Weatherwise is on par with Omega. Which it is currently not. But yes, that is in fact a lot of red, and it's a tornado warning. But thankfully we are still several, at least 100, if not more miles away from that. We do have a live camera set up right now, y'all, and it actually is recording audio, as I'm sure y'all can hear with the wind noise, but unfortunately, it is just so dark out there right now that we're not going to be able to see anything until we start getting some lightning, so... No, this is actually not live, Dan. This is a pre-recorded message, and I used AI in the pre-recording to know that you'd eventually show up at this exact time. And so I could respond to you. It's crazy what, ChatGPT is able to do. There hasn't been very many warnings tonight, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. There's been almost no severe thunderstorm warnings. There's been a bunch of tornado warnings, but they've really been dropping the ball on severe warnings. It's because there's just not enough wind. It's like we have this mesoscale discussion, but even the mesoscale discussion has the peak wind gusts at the minimum parameter for a severe thunderstorm warning. So these storms are moving very slow and there's not a lot of wind. I will also give anyone who just joined a fair warning. We probably have at least another 40 minutes until anything fun starts happening. I mean, we are starting to get into the primed environment. If we look at satellite, I like looking at this form of satellite. The front is not that far away. Honestly, the tornado warnings haven't been questionable. You're looking at it from a more, Midwestern perspective, in my opinion. Based off of the local region, it makes sense what's been warned. Because tornadoes act very differently out here. And our National Weather Service stations aren't as knowledgeable, obviously, or experienced with tracking tornadoes as you would be out in the Midwest or in Tornado Alley. The new special marine warning down here. That's just saying it's going to expire at 10, so it's not new. I think it just got updated. Yeah, like for instance, I said before this even got warned, I'm like, I bet they're going to either put a severe warning on that or a tornado warning on it. And it makes sense. I mean, it did have a hook that was starting to form on it. And the velocity signature looked okay. I mean, it doesn't look as good now, but you can see a couplet that wants to form. It's just not doing it. Here, we'll bring the scan back up. Like, it looks like it wants to. It's just not doing it. Like, here, let me pull the scan back up. I honestly thought it was going to try to do it more over here. Like, when I started seeing this, and I was like, oh, it's actually starting to get a little bit of deviant motion into it. Looks like it might be trying to rotate over, like, River Estates. But, yeah, it's moved 10, 20 miles, and it's just not doing anything. There really isn't. There's not a ton of shear. Now, once it gets to the river, there is a ton of shear over here. These storms are getting ripped apart and recycling as soon as they hit the river. And that's where we have all these little pop-up cells right here. You can watch as they start forming. There's a lot of storm energy over here. I'm not sure how high the Cape values are. To be fully honest, that's one thing I miss about Omega, is I could just look at the Cape values through HRRR. Right in the app. It's kind of nice. But just based off what I'm seeing, I'm imagining we have decent Cape values. Decent for the region. You know, something that weather-wise needs to actually fix very soon, before someone finds out and crashes all of their servers, is, I don't know if anyone who's used Radar Omega knows, but you can open up several of the application if you hit Control N while on the application. And we'll get to the tornado watches updating in a second. But on Radar Omega, it capped you at 3 different instances, because after that, you're just going to overwhelm their servers. Imagine if every user has 3 instances of their program open trying to receive radar data. It's not going to go over well. With weather-wise, I have tested, there is no limit to how many instances of weather-wise I can open. You could definitely crash their servers doing that. So they should definitely fix that. I feel like it should be capped at 4, personally. Anything above 4, there is literally no reason for it. Let's look at this tornado watch. They updated it. Couple tornadoes possible, scattered damaging winds, isolated hail. Yeah, what did they update? Oh, they made this small. Okay, Saturday thunderstorms are forecast to continue as developed late afternoon. The forecast. For a couple of tornadoes. Damaging gusts, hail. Okay. Tico, I refuse to be safe. Nope. You can't make me. This warning will expire in 4 minutes unless they continue it, which they might continue it. I doubt it. No, yeah, they probably will. They might move it more. Like, I feel like they're probably gonna warn it. Something like that. Actually, I don't know. Maybe, like that. I feel like the warning boxes are going to look something like that, though. Maybe a little bit smaller. But something similar to that if they do reissue a warning. It'd be funny if I was spot on. Gosh. These storms need to do something, chat. I'm getting tired. I started streaming way too early. That's my biggest downfall, is I started streaming way too early. I'm going to quickly go outside while we have a clear slot and make sure that that phone out there is still charging. And if it's not, I'll switch it out with a better cable. I'll be right back, y'all. Hello, chat. I am talking to you from outside at the phone now. Let's see how full the battery is on the phone. Oh, there's lightning. Okay, the battery's still charging and we're starting to get lightning, y'all. And I'm hearing thunder, so to me, that's really good news. I'm going to quickly point the camera down, just because I really want to move the camera out this way more. I need to make sure I'm keeping a steady connection. Okay, hopefully, let me see. Okay, yeah, hopefully if I point it like this should be good enough. So I can't see chat right now. I'm going to go back inside. I don't have my rain gear on. I don't feel like getting soaked out here. But yeah, I'll be, you'll hear me inside in a few minutes. trying to figure out where that thunder's coming from, because I'm guessing I'm hearing it from over here. That would make the most sense. Anyway, hopefully we start seeing some lightning soon. I would watch that little webcam in the corner of the screen. Sorry I'm being quiet, y'all. I'm just thinking, looking at models, doing different things in the background here. It's hard to be entertaining when there's nothing entertaining happening. And there's no one talking in chat. Makes it very hard to conversate basically with yourself, is what it feels like you're doing, even though I know I have people watching. They keep updating these warnings, but I don't know what they're doing to them. I'm curious if... Okay, I think they just increased the damaging wind parameter to 65. I believe it was at 60 a minute ago. What's up, Haley? Look at these two little baby cells up near Winslow. Yeah, you can tell. Basically, as soon as it hits the river, it's just this year is breaking it up pretty heavily. I don't like this application all that much, chat. I'm gonna be fully honest with you. People can hate on Radar Omega as much as they want, but I will probably always prefer it. Yeah, it sucks that it stopped getting updated, but I guess there comes a point to where, I mean, besides necessary updates, like, I feel like it was already pretty feature rich. I don't know. I don't care about the whole politics of the app, to be fully honest. I just really like the application. And plus, I've probably invested close to $500 of my money into that app for subscriptions. So, it's one of those things that's very hard to step away from. Got some thunder there. You know what? And I hope it is. But I will wait and see. You know, I'm not gonna hold my breath. I actually stopped paying for Rapid Sweep because it was pretty useless and it was ridiculously expensive for what you were getting. I mean, not that it was useless, it was just way too expensive for what you were getting. Now, listen, if whoever wants to add a Rapid Sweep for free, or not, maybe not for free, but included with their subscription, then they'll have my vote in some ways pretty immediately. But yeah, I just don't like, I don't like the, first off, I don't like the UI design of this app that much. There's some things I like about it, like for instance, I like how there's actually an X to click on to remove this. Because with Radar Omega, if you click on something, you basically had to find a blank space to click on in order to remove the pop-up, which was really stupid. So that's definitely an upgrade. But I really don't like how when I go to play the radar, how all of the old warning boxes pop up, all of the old storm tracks, and everything changes in this warning box here. Which is why I can't use this application to help Brandon with the stuff, because if I hit play, then I'm going to see a bunch of random warnings popping up in the warning box, and it's going to confuse my head. I don't like the way that's set up. I'm sure there's settings that you can configure, but in the end of the day, the application should be better by default, in my opinion. in many ways, this application annoys me almost as much as Radar Scope does. Because Radar Scope is also very annoying. Radar Scope has great features. Like, the ability to make uh, spotter network reports and MPing reports straight from the app is amazing. Something I always wish Radar Omega had. And if the dude behind Weatherwise is planning on adding that, that would be amazing. That is something I've always loved, is the spotter network integration and the MPing integration. That's what I always... That's the only reason I have Radar Scope. The only reason. Because the only reason I used to have it before was because you could also use it to search for spotter locations, but this Weatherwise has that now. So in fact, look there. I'm not gonna click on my name or whatever, but there's my spotter. Actually, that might not be mine. Whose is that? No, that's someone else's spotter. I don't know why my spotter location isn't up right now. It should be. Yep, that's exactly what I said, Jeff, is you can do that on here. I don't even know what that does. That's actually kind of cool. I do like that. Don't worry, Lilith, I will be playing that later, once all of this passes, as long as we still have power, which I think we will. Unless a tornado rips through my town, we should keep power. Yeah, but I mean, I have, like, no reason to see traffic, really. Like, that's what I have Google Maps for. It's a Furry Fandom Hangout. It's a Roblox game. It's what I stream on Twitch all the time. Yeah, you could do that same thing on Omega. Actually, I've noticed most radar apps, for the most part, at least ones that are meant made like this, you can set noise for. I know this is a pretty boring stream, but if you would like to stream, I would appreciate it. I'm gonna be fully honest. I'm not gonna end the stream anytime soon because, I mean, you can see the storms are starting to cross over to Delaware now. But God, I hope this picks up in intensity because I am so fucking bored, chat. I am so bored. You can probably hear that little metal tinging noise in the background. That's literally me fidgeting with a pair of nail clippers I just had laying around because my ADHD is going insane. I might end up going live on Twitch later, Lilith, just in the fandom hangout, just to give everyone a little bit of content because this is boring. No one wants to hear me yap for an hour and 37 minutes. I know that for a fact. At least no one wants to hear me just yap. If there's yapping and gameplay, that's entertaining. This is just boring. Maybe after this, I don't know, it'll probably be another hour at least. I know that's gonna be pretty late, but you know, who cares? Most of these motherfuckers out of school anyway. They can watch. It's fine. They're on summer vacation. I'm gonna be right back, y'all. I'm gonna grab some nuts to munch on. Take that how you want to. Dan, I'm very disappointed in you for not making a joke about nut munching. I was expecting it from you, and you disappointed me. Tisk, tisk, Daniel. Ooh, someone saw a flash. Okay, let's switch over to switch over to this camera, see if we get anything cool. I think I need to tilt the camera up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I want to tilt that up so the road is more towards like the bottom inch or two. Definitely some flashes, y'all. I can promise you that. So let's see. Thankfully the car rolling past, I can see what a road's gonna be. Yeah, that should work. The cows are going nuts behind me. They're not happy. I'm hoping I can get one more car that's gonna come past. Which I am lucky enough. Yep, there's the thunder, the thunder, a lightning and the thunder. That was an overplayed song. It's a shame because it was a good song, but it's got super overplayed. Okay, cool. That should be good where it's at now. Oh yeah, good lightning. Alright, well at least now the stream will be a little more entertaining. I'm gonna go back inside so I can see chat. But yeah, this should be good. Something to actually watch instead of just looking at a black screen and a radar. Okay. Dog is back in studio. And I have nuts. Whole sack of nuts. Oh my god, is that a severe thunderstorm warning? Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't know the National Weather Service was capable of issuing those. With a tornado possible tag, too? Oh my god. You know what? I'm so proud of you, National Weather Service. I'm going to send y'all a cookie. I'm so proud of you. Severe thunderstorm warning for Newcastle County in Delaware, Queen Anne's County in northeastern Maryland, and Kent County in Maryland. 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. Radar indicated gusts. Tornado watch remains in effect. Tornado possible. 3/4-inch hail, 6-mile-an-hour winds. That's nothing crazy, but hey, it finally met severe parameters. That's pretty good. Can you have dino nuggies? No, they're my dino nuggies. I am in Lindenwood. Am I going to be fine? Fuck, where is Lindenwood? I forget. Isn't Lindenwood like up near Tom's River? Jahai? Isn't that like near Tom's River area? Like north of Stafford Township? Or is that like more towards Medford? You can hear the cows over my camera chat. If you listen closely, you can actually hear the cows. Yeah, but Jahai, isn't Lindenwood north? Let me look on maps real quick. Oh no, okay, okay, never mind. Okay, so you're near Stratford. You're okay for now. I would watch these cells that are near you. So Lindenwood should be like right over here somewhere. You might get some heavy rain. You'll probably see a little bit of lightning. Hear some rumbling. But I feel like for the most part, you should be fine for now. I mean, obviously, stay weather aware. You're going to have all of this moving towards you. We'll know more within the next half hour. I'll say that. I also just realized you did not see any of what I was talking about because I was on the wrong screen. But yeah, you're like near here. Sorry, not here. You are up here. So you have these little cells to worry about here. These guys... Sorry, tried to circle. These guys here, which are pushing north towards Medford, Mount Laurel, Cherry Hill, Mount Holly area. But honestly, I feel like for the most part, you should be okay for now. I would give it another half hour. And then I'll be able to tell you for sure. Or not for sure, but with a better guess of how things are going to be for you. But yeah, remember y'all, I am here. Right near Elmer. So we should, and the camera is pointed like this direction. So I'll try to draw this a little out for you. So I am here. The camera is pointing this way. And you can see that storm track. The storm is here, and the storm's moving that way. So we should have a direct line of sight of that storm as it comes over us. Let's see, when is the tornado watch expiring? I believe the watch is until midnight, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, expires in an hour. And they could extend it too. Take a look at velocity here. Wow, look at that. I can see why they put a tornado possible tag on that. Definitely looks like a primed environment. Oh yeah, I forgot that my ticker was there. I'm not gonna lie. Nah, don't freak yourself out. You should be good. Yeah, y'all need to start liking the stream. If I don't get 50,000 likes in the next 3 minutes, I am ending the stream. No, I'm kidding. Well, I wouldn't say it's necessarily random. Like, if you know even just a little bit about weather, or you know how to pay attention at least a little bit to the news, for the most part, you should almost always know when there's at least a potential for severe weather. I think it was Reed who recently posted a map of like tornadoes over the past few years and how there's been a lot more towards the Appalachian Mountains than over in this area. But the problem is once you try to get east of the Appalachians, you have the Appalachian Mountains blocking a lot of the storms from coming over here and pushing through. Obviously, we still get storms. Most of our storms come from the south, the southwest, and they push up through this Appalachian Valley and the eastern seaboard. So yeah, I agree. I don't think Tornado Alley will ever really be in New Jersey unless global warming just really fucking explodes and like our planet is beyond fucked. Like we will start seeing a fuck ton more tornadoes out here. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think we'll ever be considered a part of Tornado Alley. Look at this cute little special marine warning out here they issued. Is there even like a land mass out there? National Weather Service has said, yo, I bet those fish will probably need that warning. Camera is definitely on, I can promise you that. Models. Yeah, we are getting very close to the edge of the high pressure system now. I really think the tornado risk has diminished quite a bit. the way to the south. Why would you all even bring that up in my chat? Now it's all I'm gonna fucking think about for the next like 48 hours is the dumbass Dora the Explorer theme song. Fuck you both. No, don't listen to Dan. That was not a power flash. My roommate texted me like 10 minutes ago that they can feel the thunder like shaking the house. And it's kind of funny. I was thinking the same thing. Man, so y'all mean to tell me I can get 7 people to sit here and watch me literally say and do nothing? But I can't get even 2 people to watch me play Minecraft on Twitch. That's fucked. You know, I'm gonna plug my Twitch real quick. I might be the slowest typer. Go follow me on Twitch. I'm not commenting on the hot tubs stream idea. haters gonna hate, potatoes gonna potate, you know? Well, that ain't my fault that Twitch notifications hate you. Get good, honestly. Low key, get good. Did you just say maters are gonna mate? Why are we talking about sex? Unless you're talking about like toe mater, but without the tuh. Good fucking lord with the dad jokes. I didn't know Brandon was in chat. Oh, big flash of lightning. Holy shit, that lit up my room. Oh, that sounded crisp. Holy. Chat, I kid you not, my entire streaming setup just shook. Like the water in my water bottle is rippling right now. It's like a little earthquake. What the fuck? Why are we talking about pineapples? The only place pineapples belong is on pizza, chat. Everyone knows this. Pineapple is like the best topping on pizza. By the way, this is what we call in the industry engagement baiting. You say something a little controversial, but not too controversial, and it baits engagement. No, the safe word is pineapple juice. Pineapple by itself could be brought up in, you know, a context, but pineapple juice, how many times are you saying pineapple juice when you need to use a safe word? Do not listen to Dan at all. Safe words are very important. I know they are joking, but safe words are very important. Because consent is key, and if anyone is feeling uncomfortable ever, then you need some way to communicate. But no is no. You sound like the kids on TikTok who say, my safe word is harder. Or my safe word is don't stop. Listen, hear me out, Haley. wood-fired pizza, which, justice for pizza. Like, why is wood constantly firing pizza? What the hell did pizza do? But a brick oven wood-fired pizza with smoked honey ham and pineapple. Grilled pineapple. The best. Absolute best. Especially on a white pizza. Oh my god. Incredible. Last I checked, Chico, she was asleep, but I have a feeling the large thump that might have shaken my setup might have been her being getting a little scared of the thunder. Would not surprise me, cause, but I'm sure she'll be all right. Jeff, that sounds extremely dangerous. I would not make a cake out of lava. I don't think lava is edible. Are they still in a VC? Because their PC is completely turned off. At least it was last time I went out to fix the phone. Unless she was on mobile. Tour? 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 Like going on tour? I don't know, maybe she was on mobile or something. Because, yeah, the PC is off. Well, I mean, they are in a sleep VC. I don't know, maybe they're... Because they were... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to talk about personal stuff on stream, but, yeah. Why do you say to your? To your? Who the fuck says to your? Jeff, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, it's tour. Like O and U combined, it's or and then R. Or, so tour. Not 2R. There's no A. You don't have an in there. Listen, y'all could be seeing me live every day if you got Twitch. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm not gonna do cross-platform streaming. It's just too much to manage. I could give it another shot. Like I could start streaming on my YouTube channel too. But the rules about cross-platform streaming are just really annoying. Tornado warning. We have a tornado warning near Middleton and Chesapeake City. National Weather Service in Sterling, Virginia has issued a tornado warning for Cecil County in Maryland. Radar indicated rotation. Okay, so we are potentially ramping back up again. Last night's stream was wild. Like, genuinely, I think I made $130 last night on Twitch. You know, I could be mistaken, chat, but I think it just started raining. Based on how loud... Oh, new tornado warning. This is now going to be in Delaware. Okay, hold on. Let me switch to the other thing. Sorry, y'all. I'm on the wrong screen. Okay, so we have a... This tornado warning was the one I was just talking about. So they just issued this one as well. This one's, yeah, this one's in Newcastle County, Delaware. Getting very close to the state line. Actually, Kaylee, if you're still watching, these are getting decent. I don't know if you still live in Salem or not, I forget. But they're not that far away from you. Oh, yeah, wow, look at that, y'all. That is a beautiful velocity signature. That actually might drop a tornado. It's definitely rotating. That's the most beautiful velocity that I've ever seen all night. Yeah, wow, watch that rotation as it comes up the 301 there. Watch it rotate. That is so interesting. You know, I remember saying something about that earlier, y'all. Remember when I was talking about over near Chestertown? I was like, I bet that's gonna do something. And it did. It recirculated, recycled, and then tightened up quite a bit. There is no CC drop. No, not yet. At least. I'm looking at it on radar again. Yeah, it looks like a hook echo wants to start forming soon. Oh, I'm choking on nuts. Too many almonds in my mall at one time. Send help. Well, now you have, Lilith. Congrats. Congratulations. We're definitely going to keep a close eye on this. It would be really hard, honestly, to see if there was a CC drop right now because the center of it is literally on a state line. Oh, curse me. Oh, God. That looks beautiful, though. If you are in Chesapeake City, Summit Bridge, St. George, honestly, too, St. Augustine, anywhere near the state border here, I would take shelter. Newark, Brookside, I would prepare to take shelter. If you are traveling on I-95 right now, I would use caution, slow down. The wind is definitely picking up out there. I do want to say, I want to really quickly do a little thing here. In the description, I have a my cash tag. If you have Cashapp, if y'all want to donate specifically from this type of stream, from the storm chasing streams, my plan is to purchase a Rio Link PTZ camera that has full color night vision and that has RTMP, so I can live stream off of a fixed, like, permanent 4K camera. Again, with full color night vision. And I already have a place I can mount it outside. So, that's like a $300 investment if people want to donate. I would love to get one. Because if I'm able to do that, I'm going to set up like 24-hour live streams. No, Cash App is in the description. If there is a PayPal in the description, please do not use it. That is not up to date. I do not have access to my PayPal, so please do not use if there is a PayPal, don't use it. That's some weird sounding thunder, isn't it? Really? There should be a link to... Hold on. You know, there is definitely not a PayPal in the description. There is a Cash App tag. Yep. I was about to say, I know I'm dumb, but I don't think I'm that dumb. I think this might be falling back apart again, yo. That made my right ear tickle. Is there a PayPal link? There really shouldn't be. I don't know why there is if there is. Oh, there is one. Holy shit. Okay, well, I need to remove that at some point. Thank you all for informing me. I am in a lot of debt to PayPal, so any money you send that is just going to, I'd imagine it's just going to get taken immediately. Oh, are we missing some good flash? Here, I'll switch back to this camera. I mean, you're still going crazy, Jeff. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. See, I feel like Branded should set up some kind of ticker like that with like the watches and warnings and whatever. I know he has stuff on his stream, but I feel like a ticker like that is pretty cool. It feels old school. Big flashy. He's definitely paying us a subscription for that, or some kind of service subscription for that then. That requires API stuff. This one is great for what I'm using it for. Oh, Jeff, actually, seriously, thank you for the $10 PayPal, because that is going straight to Google for but that's going to go straight to my Google because I was about like I'm literally a day away from losing like 200 gigabytes of photos and videos of my personal life. So thank you. That is going directly to Google, which means I'm gonna have I'll still have $4 left in my name after that until I get paid from Twitch. I still have to wait another 15 days before Twitch pays me. At the bare minimum, because the payout will refresh on the 10th, and yeah, I have like almost $350 waiting for me on Twitch. Just need to wait till I can get paid. So definitely thank you for the donation. See you, Haley. Have a good one. Haley leaving right as it's about to get good too, but I understand it. White parts wherever tornadoes are on the forecast. Okay, wait here. Let me do some actual explaining for you. Because you seem to be a little bit confused. So those white blocks on the other service, those aren't where tornadoes are forecasted. All of those are is storm tracks. So that's showing you a point in the middle of the storm and the direction it potentially is going to travel. The only place that there is actively a risk for a tornado, like actively, is right here in this warning box. I'm gonna draw over top of it so you can actually see it a little bit better. Now, yes, that is not in South Jersey, but you have to remember all of this is pushing that direction. And personally, I'm actually looking right here now where that velocity sensor is starting to push out like that. It makes me think that this is going to want to start to rotate fairly soon and potentially like around there. And then push towards Woodstown, which would be very close to me. So, yeah, just putting that out there. They did this reissue a severe thunderstorm warning. Oh no, sorry, they said it's going to expire. I mostly play Bedrock. I do play Java sometimes, but I mostly play Bedrock. Also, look at the clear defining line there between the sides of the velocity canopy. That's cool. Okay, they're either updating or going to allow this to expire. I'm going to find out in a minute here. Now, they updated the tornado warning, extending it until 11:10 p.m. impacting Newark, Glasgow, Bear, and Brookside. It's still radar indicated it's moving at 30 miles an hour northeast. Oh, there goes a flash flood warning. And imagine we're going to see a lot of those. I'm not going to lie. I would not look at Apple weather for accurate weather information. So yeah, we do have tornado warnings not too far from Jersey, like very close to Pennsville Township. We're about to be getting some lightning here near me. Definitely is still a risk of tornadoes, especially along the line here. But the risk is definitely starting to diminish. Literally, after this pushes through, there will be nothing really left to do. Sound. Oh, sorry. The rain's starting to pick up out there a lot. I can hear it in the microphone. I'm going to switch it back to that camera until something else pops up. You're all good for right now, Ma. After give it 30 minutes, if not a little bit more from now, and after that, I'll be able to give you a definite that we're in the clear. It's still a little iffy right now for me to be able to say, oh yeah, you're not going to get anything. But once this clear slot pushes through, you can even see it on satellite here. Once all this clear, high pressure pushes in, we might get a little bit of residual stuff over the overnight hours from this. But really, once this pushes through, this is going to be the end of the biggest risk. That was very bright. That's going to be loud. And loud it was. Considering how it was loud enough to be picked up by my microphone, my inside microphone. That's impressive. Alright, and that tornado warning has expired. I'm down near Woodstown area. Lindenwood, you should be starting to get a little bit more rain. Yeah, so if you're in Lindenwood, you'll start seeing some heavier rain within the next 20 minutes or so. More than likely, unless it really dissipates. Woodstown's getting absolutely hammered right now by rain. Where is there a tropical storm warning? Oh. Huh, interesting. I already got tropical storms out there. It's going to be an active season. I am aware you can't see radar. I was looking for me. Oh, wait, y'all couldn't see the whole fucking time. I'm stupid. Sorry. Let me stop being stupid for a second. So, Lindenwood's over here. Where were you? There it is. Lindenwood's there. You can see some of the heavier rain here. So, you're gonna get some heavy rain soon, probably some lightning as well. I think I have like 1 to 2 more chances for anything to spin up, and then after that, we're basically in the clear, y'all. I'm looking over here by Dover. Honestly, all of these right here are still looking a little concerning. But not too bad. That is there's definitely a lot of science behind why it's stormier in the summer. All comes down to heat, realistically. I mean, there's more to it, but that's one of the biggest parameters that will cause more storms in the summer. Is you have that warm, moist air, and you start throwing cold fronts at it, and things get violent pretty quickly. Cold, dry air and warm, moist air don't like colliding. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely raining out there. I'm a little confused at how we're seeing the raindrops, since there's no lights on out there. Unless the rain turned on the flashlight on the phone. That'd be kind of funny. I think that's what happened. Because I turned it back off earlier, I know I did. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. The rain got on the screen and turned on the flashlight. They might be allowing these tornado watches to expire. All of them are flashing. Nope, tornado watch expires in 36 minutes. looks like I'm going to have one or two more large cells coming through the area, or at least bands of heavy rain. So we'll probably be live for another 15-20 minutes tops, if I had to guess. And then I don't think I'm going to go live on Twitch tonight. Unless I hop in Furry Fandom Hangout and everyone's hype and wants me to stream, then I'll be like, alright, I'll stream for fun. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call them large cells, but I mean, there's a decent sized cell. Here, I'll pull back up. There's a decent sized cell right here, just north of Newark, Delaware, or just northwest or northeast. Sorry. And then we have this one over Deerfield, which again, nothing too significant, but it's there nonetheless. What I'm more worried about is these ones across the river, because they still haven't necessarily hit the shear yet, so they still have time to recirculate. Obviously, this environment's a lot more unstable now, but they are riding that line, and they could definitely spin up still. But yeah, basically, like, these areas are where I would be worrying about any kind of spin-ups at this point. But the reality is I think we're mostly in the clear. Like, if anyone's staying up or concerned, I would keep your phone by you, turn on your volume just in case, but I think everyone's safe to go to bed. I really don't see a tornado happening. There might be another warning or two, and if you get in a warning, take it seriously, but for the most part, we're going to be okay. This is all South Jersey. I mean, this is Salem right here. You have this cute little cell down here in Cape May Courthouse. But I doubt that'll do anything. It'll just be a rainmaker. If it grows, you might get some lightning with it, but I would watch these cells off the coast, near Sea Isle, Avalon, Ocean View, Atlantic City. But again, for the most part, it's going to be a rainmaker. You might hear some rumbling, but I think we're mostly in the clear. Actually, if anything, this down here, that looks like it has rotation to it. Very minor rotation, but when I was looking at the scans as they were coming in there, it almost looked like it wanted to rotate. Yeah, that it definitely is rotating a little bit, not much. Actually, all these cells down here, they're all They all have low level rotation to them still. And that's what I was saying a few minutes ago. If you remember, I was saying this line here that still hasn't crossed over to the river yet. It's concerning me, because they definitely still have some potential energy there. And that's cell near Slaughter Beach. It is definitely intensifying. I'm liking that cell off the coast, too. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some reports of water spouts off of Ocean City and Atlantic City. I know that's decently common. With storms like this off the coast, we'll see water spouts. We'll keep going until... Yeah, we'll keep going until these storms cross over the river. We'll see if they'll recirculate, if they hit enough shear to do anything. No, I'm about to get hit with some more heavy rain. Yep, there it is, just as I say it. Some of that almost sounds like hail. I'm not gonna lie. I doubt it. But for sanity's sake, I'm gonna go look real quickly. I'll only be a few minutes, plus I need some more water anyway. Ah, that was loud. I am back. There is no hill. Yep, told you it would. Lindenwood was bound to get some more rain. At least it's not very windy. Literally the max wind gust I got today was 13 miles an hour. Now we'll probably have some wind on the tail end of this. Once the front pushes in, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Check out this again. That cell that's gonna go towards, like, honestly, it's gonna want to go towards Delmont and Millville area once it crosses the river. That's the one I'm keen on right now. We're almost done, chat. Almost out of it all. Almost out of the bulk of it, at least. They just issued a flash flood warning somewhere. Because, yep, they just issued a massive flash flood warning. Which... you're actually pretty close to Jahai, but... you are not in it. It is more towards Deptford area. Actually, yeah, you're like maybe 5 miles from the border to flash flood warning. But thankfully it's radar indicated and not like reported flash flooding. Sorry, I'm being quiet, yo. I was at that point where I'm just tired. You know, we've been going for 3 hours now. I'm just a little tired. I'm surprised Egg Harbor Township, Ocean City area doesn't have like a special weather statement at least. Yeah, and that cell I was talking about that was owned by Slaughter Beach, it's broken up a lot as soon as they hit the river. So here, I'm going to show y'all radar. You can see kind of where the line is right now. And it kind of matches up with satellite pushing forward. Where that darker gray is matches up a lot with where that line's pushing through. But this is the cell I was talking about earlier that I thought still had potential. But you can see it's very broken up now. Not much of a velocity signature. This cell over here still has decent velocity signature too. So if you're in Atlantic City, I would prepare for at least heavy downpours at the minimum. And you know what happens in Atlantic City when it rains heavy. So prepare for flash flooding too. If you're in Clayton, Folsom, Glassboro, Monroe Township, Richwood, Washington Township, honestly Lindenwood again, you're about to get hit by some more heavy rain and lightning pretty soon. Owlway Townships, I'm going to say you're in the clear. Hopewell Township, Greenwich Township, Lower Owlway, you're in the clear. Millville, I would still be prepared for some more heavy rain. Maurice River, I would still be prepared for a potential cell to push through. Just a strong thunderstorm, not a tornadic cell. Kearney's Point, you're already getting hit by heavy rain. Oldman's Township, definitely prepare. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, you can see we are coming to an end here. I don't know, with the latest scan, this kind of looks like it might be trying to recycle again. This one going towards Ventnor, Brigantine, Atlantic City is definitely going to bring a lot of rain with it. What the heck happened to our camera? That's weird looking. Oh, God. Yep. I'm about to call it quits in a few minutes here, y'all. definitely within 10 minutes, I'm going to be calling it quits. Tired. Jet. Send help, please. Yeah, at least one of them's asleep. I think the other one's still up from the storm. I think we're gonna call it here, y'all. Almost all of the storm is in Jersey now. And it doesn't look like it's gonna do anything, at least not for me. And it might be a little selfish, but that's really all I care about. We might get a little bit more heavy rain. And then we'll get some wind to dry everything off. But yeah, I'm gonna be signing off, and Jeff's gonna be signing off as well. So, have a good night, everybody. I appreciate everyone tuning in. If you haven't already, be sure to join the Storm Discord server. We don't really do much in there, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a good way to get notified. Remember, going live for this. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and turn on all notifications for the streams. I usually don't do this whole overlay stuff. It's usually just my camera on a tripod. But, yeah, a little bit different tonight. Doing some stuff I've been wanting to do for a while. And hopefully eventually, if I ever get that camera, the PTZ camera, then we'll be able to do a little bit more, high quality stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Husky Storms Media signing off. Stay safe, be weather aware, and just really quickly, if you're here, I'll just do one thing really quickly, just for anyone else who's still out there. If you're northeast of this, so in these areas between all these lines here, if you're there, just stay weather aware. And if you're in where all these heavy storms are, again, just stay weather aware. There's still technically a chance of tornadic activity. At the very least, there's a chance of thunderstorms. So just stay aware of that. But for the most part, you should be alright. I am pretty confident in that. So yeah, I'm going to be signing off. Love all y'all. I might go live on Twitch. I highly doubt it. I'm pretty tired. But I might be gaming, so if y'all are gamers and want to game with me, you know where to find me. Peace out. Thank you so much, Jeff, for that donation again. And I'll see y'all when I see you. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Ah.